Hello, guys. Leave a like, please. This is the gameplay place where I find all my stories. It's called Creepypasta. I moved it because to see it. Now, I've done one on Tell Me I'll Be Alright. Remember that? It's my most famous one yet. Another one down here. Dr. Xander, since my name is Xander and stuff, I'm doing it. Okay. Xander. Xander was lying on an operation table as usual. Xander's parents were scientists and hated him with all their might, so they used their son as a human test subject. Xander hated his parents to every core. Also, but he wouldn't do anything about his parents' horrible mistreatment. His parents have already figured out the secret to immortality by mixing different serums in the laboratory. As always, they used it on the sun first to see if it worked. Well, apparently it did, because Xander has been 17 for 15 years, hasn't grown an inch, nor has he aged a day. His parents stabbed his heart 6 times and stab wounds just healed up yet. Xander felt every bit of it. His parents now refuse to use serum because they don't want to be with their failed abortion for all eternity. Xander continued to wait for his parents on the operating table, his deep blue eyes covered by his dark red hair. He looked out the window at the woods that surrounded the laboratory for miles on end. He always thought how weird it was to be a huge old creepy laboratory in the middle of the woods. Xander's thoughts were cut off by the sound of his mother and father's footsteps entering the test room. His dad restrained his arms and legs to the table, while his mother put a strange liquid into a syringe. This liquid is supposed to cure every mental sickness there is, Xander's mom explained. You being our test subject and you having Whitmark-Ekbom syndrome and dysthymia makes you just perfect for this, she exclaimed, sticking the needle into Xander's skin. All of a sudden, Xander let out an ear-piercing screech. After his mother put the serum into his veins, it backfired. His father's voice yelled. Xander's screech turned into physioptic laughter as he broke free of his restraints. Xander just couldn't stop laughing. The serum, instead of curing his mental disease, it made him homicidally insane. His mother and father bolted for the door, but Xander was quickly pulled the lever that locked the door. Xander swiftly elbowed his parents in the temples and knocked them out instantly. His parents woke up and instantly started screaming and thrashing against their restraints. Xander stalked into the room. Him being 6'7" with lanky appearance made him even more eerie. His skin was such a sickly pale, it could be mistaken as white. He shut the door behind him. He cheerfully skipped over to the table that had various sharp objects on it. He giggled like a small child on a Christmas as he examined each object. He picked up a syringe and a scalpel. He skipped over another table that had different strange liquids and filled the syringe with the black liquid. He looked over at his father and smiled insanely. He walked over to his father and laughed psychotically to his helplessness. He placed the scalpel down and took the syringe and put the liquid in his father's left arm veins. He smiled in a sadistic way as he watched his father's skin start to rot and boil away. The screams of pain was like music to him. After his father's last breath and scream faded, he couldn't help but want more. He took the scalpel and walked over to his mom. His mom begged and begged for him to stop. Xander ignored her pleas and brought the scalpel to his mom's stomach. He ripped the cut open, and while her pain-filled scream filled the air, Xander continued his work, dissecting many organs, and looked at her wrist, then cut it just enough for him to be able to rip out the vein, which he did. He put her vein in a small specimen jar. He walked back to the weapon table and replaced the syringe and scalpel with the hatchet. He then chopped his parents into little pieces and put the pieces in a long-forgotten Roman laboratory jar. Breaking news. Caitlin, a 15-year-old girl that has been missing for 3 days, body was found at their doorstep. The upper half of the body was believed to be dissected, while the lower half chopped up beside her. The body was neatly placed in a basket with a note on it. The note read, "Dear Caitlin's mother and father, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your daughter did not make it. I'm very sorry for your misfortune. Sincerely, dear Xander." Please subscribe and like. Bye-bye. My family spent through a really hard time and I need help. So, please like and subscribe for the money.